On row 11 will be Paul Tracy, a three-time winner in the series last year, leaving Penske Racing, moving to Team Green. He'll be next to Hélio Castroneves, the Brazilian making his first start. He had a heavy practice crash on Friday. I mentioned earlier that Michael has the opportunity to make some history this year. He's the winningest active driver in the FedEx Championship Series with 36 victories. That's fourth all-time in series behind A.J. Foyt, Mario Andretti, and Al Unser Sr. Now, Big Al has 39 wins. If Michael can hold on today for his 37th, it's going to be interesting. This first half of the year, up high and right out to the wall, but just kissing it after what I thought was going to be a huge crash. That is Hélio Castroneves from Brazil in Tony Bettenhausen's Alumax-sponsored Reynard.
He looked like he'd just been passed. He got up a little high, just got in the gray, couldn't make the turn, just steered it up there and glanced off the wall.
Like we saw Bobby Rahal do at Michigan last year. Get up on that gray stuff and you can't get the car turned.
This really hurt Gilles de Ferran. He needed a few more laps to go under green, so the other competitors would pit under green also. He's lost one lap in this. Now when everybody comes in and pits, he'll be at the front of the field.
There is Castroneves as the Bettenhausen crew gives him the international signal for cut it off.
That hasn't been a great weekend for Bettenhausen Racing.
Looks like he bent the right front suspension. See the team pulling on it. It's been an interesting weekend for Hélio Castroneves, runner-up in the PPG Dayton Indy Lights Championship to Tony Kanaan last year. He had a massive crash down in turn 4 in practice.
See, there's Michael right there. And Castroneves gives him room, but see, as he starts to get up here in the gray, and there's nothing you can do. Robbie, you know what it's like. You get out there, there's no way. And he did a very good job of just turning it up and glancing it off the wall.
Well, after about 100 laps of running, there's a lot of marbles up there. The marbles are the small pieces of rubber off the tires, and you don't get good grip up there. He obviously got in the marbles.
Which is one of the reasons we have a new tire rule in the series this year. Last year, both Firestone and Goodyear brought a primary and an optional compound to the racetrack, and the teams would switch back and forth between those two compounds. Use the softer for qualifying to gain your best. Let's get down to the pits at Jackaroo.
Why is this man smiling? He probably wrecked about $200,000 worth of equipment. Well, here's why. Here, Hélio Castroneves, despite a crash in practice, in this crash here, you're getting a baptism of fire in kart competition.
Well, thank God at least this one wasn't too bad. The first one on Friday was terrible. But unfortunately, because of the guy, Michael, was behind, I don't want to make a collision. And Tony said, hey, take care. There is a guy faster than you, so I tried just open, and that's the problem.
Tony, you knew that it was going to be a learning curve. You knew that it was going to take some time, but you've got the patience?
Absolutely, because we still have very high expectations of Hélio, and we knew the first race, regardless of what happened, was going to be a learning experience. What happened there, I get all the credit for. I told Hélio to give Michael some room, and you know, I'll take credit for it. We just got a little high, trying to be a good guy.
Guys?
All right, thanks, Jack. Hélio Castroneves is a great story. You should watch Al Unser Jr. in the Penske. Unser circulating in 7th. That's about times he's raced all day long. Hélio Castroneves is now managed by Emerson Fittipaldi. He tells the story of getting a phone call early one morning. The voice on the other end said, "This is Emerson." He said, "Emerson who?" He said, "Emerson Fittipaldi." Castroneves happened to be getting dressed. He was standing talking on the phone in his underwear. He said, "Oh, wait a minute. I can't talk to Emerson Fittipaldi in my underwear. I have to get dressed."